What up, brothers? Hey, brother. Hello, brother. What is up? It is Real Chain Trades here, the greatest day trader of all time. Of all time, I tell you, the greatest to ever do it. Not the great. Well, one day. One day, we'll see. Well, anyways, what's up, guys? What's up? Today we got is March 11th. We got March 11th, 2026. That was kind of gross. I just ripped a little spit. It's okay. All right. We had CPI today. We also had a little oil inventories coming out today. So, really, really big news day. A lot of people blew their accounts today because today was kind of a crazy day, or so I've seen. So, I'm joking. I didn't blow mine, but so kind of coming into today, just like this mass consolidation from like yesterday price action, which was just really just consolidated the into very interesting Asian and London session. We manipulate London lows. I'm basically primed for longs as my bias, right? Because we get London session manipulation, we're filling London session orders, and now New York session can now fill or now stop out London session orders and take their profit up here at the top of the Asian session orders. Anyways, that was my bias for today, was to go long. I'm not going to explain that right now. I was thinking maybe about, I don't know, I don't need to make like a boot camp, like a TJR boot camp. Shout out TJR. He the GOAT, like low key. I don't need to make like a boot camp, but if you want to actually maybe understand bias a little better, go check out TJR. Go check out his stuff. Maybe I'll one day talk about it more in depth. All right, so we're chilling with the 1 hour type shit. So essentially, I woke up a little early this morning. I'd be waking up at like 5 this morning because CPI drops at 6:30. So I come into the chart pre CPI, which is 6:30, which are these candles, and we're just kind of just chilling. We're just kind of floating. Bear structure, but right before, well, we actually break bullish structure. We'll go into that in a second, but we're kind of just floating. We'll talk about all this fun stuff. That was not a trade I took, so anywho. So we're kind of just chilling, and then I'm waiting for CPI. So I'll pop on the 1 minute. So we're in bear structure, Cooliante, and we already swept London lows. Cooliante, we swept them on NQ. If we go to NQ, we can see that pre. I see. Yeah, pre. No, sorry, we made London low. We didn't. Okay, let me stop talking. So we didn't sweep any lows because we just opened up. Like CPI 6:30 was the start of the new session, right? Started New York session. So we didn't sweep any lows. Cool. So pretty much immediately CPI opens, we sweep London highs on NQ. Very cool. And yeah, the CPI candle is crazy. Like definitely destroyed some accounts today. On ES, we didn't sweep. What do we form? We form one of these Johns. We form an SMT John. And where are SMT Johns to fill that? At the opposite session, typically. So I'm looking at London, maybe even previous day lows to get this little SMT fulfilled. So it's like right off the bat, I'm looking to go short, right? Well, not right off the bat. I was looking to go maybe long on ES, but or in Q. But then we get this sweep of liquidity. Okay, anyways, cool. Chiliante. So what happens next? So we inverse this fair value gap. We change order flow. It's this fair value gap right here. This 1 minute fair value gap. We change order flow. This candle right here is the candle I should have entered on. I should have just with how, I mean, I could have waited for confirmation, which this technically was confirmation. I entered a little bit too early though, but I don't know. This might have been better with my stop loss, but I want to go into this trade. So we're in bear structure in 1 minute. We come back into this fair value gap right here. What do we do in this fair value gap? We close bearish out of it. This is the candle that I enter off of. I have my stop loss. I should have put it at the start of this fair value gap right here, but I got really greedy. And what I was trying to do today was basically pass my funded. So I was at the start of today, I was like about 500 away from passing my funded. I needed to make. So I basically put my stop loss here so I can I had a really tight stop loss so I could have more contracts, right? Short and sweet. Um, what happens? We go retest this a little more, whatever. Um, and we do break 1 minute structure, but by then we were already in 5 minute. We're already in a bearish 5 minute structure. I'll even rip that real quick. What do I mean by this too? If you're not following, higher time frames hold higher power, right? So this is where I entered off of, and it's actually, believe it or not, a 5 minute confluence. So we could have waited for the 5 minute confluence, which I should have waited for, but I was dumb. Anyways, I was just trying to get in this trade as quick as possible because I thought we better rip, but we didn't. We popped into this 5 minute confluence, and that 5 minute confluence just so happens to also be this area where what happens in here, where we get orders fulfilled. This is our value gap. So I should have waited for the higher time frame, to show me what I was supposed to do today. If I would have waited for the higher time frame, I would have made money today. I would have. I mean, like this trade would have been better, low key. But look, I would have made money today, bro. Whatever. Anyways, so I get stopped out of this one, and here's the thing that sucks about this trade. I have risk parameters I set every day. I'll even show you. Why not? So you got this little nifty sheet. On the other side, I have some fun stuff, and then this side, I set my risk parameters. So, depending on news, depending on whatever, right? I set risk parameters for the day. This trade, I maxed out I went over my risk parameters. My risk parameter for CPI, the max I wanted to risk for CPI, because this was very high impact news. I want to trade high impact news, but CPI is a little different. It's super high impact. And it can move very weird. Like, just look at like NQ and CPI. We just get a quick little look. This candle's insane. This candle is crazy. Anywho, so I wanted to risk like a max of like 250, and I risked like 330 on this trade, or that's what it equated to being, because it was more. I paid more attention to the actual outcome of the trade, the actual profit, or like potential profit of the trade, which was just about it was a little over 500. So I would have passed the funded with the risk parameters if I didn't get stopped out, right? Anywho, that's my mistake. That's on me. Could have waited. Could have had a better trade. Could have actually made some money off this trade. But anyways, on my personal account, I only lost like $20. Because my personal account, I think it was probably because it was CPI. It was also before market open. I was having, I actually don't know. Maybe there was a lot of volume too. I trade with Webull on my personal account, and there's been some problems with Webull I've had recently. They just haven't like been filling orders, and I wasn't able to get any orders filled. I was able to get one order filled somewhere in this like candle, right, wherever. Or like in these candles, and I got stopped out on both. So whatever. So what do I already know? Funded, cooked. Just like that's my risk for the day. I'm done trading. Personal, I'm cooked. I'm not cooked, but I don't want. If I'm not going to trade both accounts, I'm not going to trade. I'm going to have discipline. So I'm going to walk away. That's what I did. I walked away, but I didn't totally walk away because low-key got a little dub out of today. So here's what happened. I need to stop taking multiple trades, right? At least, like, taking multiple trades sucks. I need to only be taking one trade a day. First off, it sucks to journal multiple trades because it's like, I'm pretty in depth with my journaling, and I do that multiple trades. Like, you take 3 or 4 trades, I'm cooked. That's like an hour journaling. So that's on me. Anyways, for a better reason why I need to not take as many trades is for the obvious. I need to protect my capital. I need to be forcing myself to also put myself in a position where I'm taking super high quality trades. The trade from earlier, the first trade I took, was not high quality at all. So I took some time away because it was still before market open. I took like a few minutes, just got some juice, just chilled, thought it, just reflected on this trade in the short term. But I came back just to really to close trading view, but just to look real quick. Um, and I saw a setup forming, okay? And it's not any setup, it was a high quality setup. So first off, what happens? So we sweep London lows, right? Chiliante, we sweep previous day lows on good old ES, right? Beautiful. But what happens? We form another SMT, right? Because on Q, we did not sweep these lows. But what actually happened? So from these lows, we get a reversal, right? SMT, basically all that means, if an if ES in this case, or it could be NQ, if one of the indexes fulfills orders, it could be good as done on the other index with fulfilling orders as well. Why does that work? Because the volatility is similar, the order flow is very similar. So both indexes kind of trade similarly. So when we get SMT, it's not a confirmation we're in a new trend. It's not a confirmation I'm going to trade, but it's a confluence that I can use to determine, hey, my bias is flipped. What also happened? We had so we swept London highs, cool already, but we had this data highs. This is a CPI data high, extremely strong. These are like magnets. Price wants to go to data highs. Why? A lot of orders on data highs, above and below data highs. Cool. What else? We also got some low resistance liquidity up in this John. 15-minute low resistance liquidity right here. Cool. What do we also have? We have Asian highs too. Okay, Coliante. Good liquidity draws. Okay, so I was looking. We basically get a 5-minute break of structure right off of this candle. We break. Here's the high. We break structure off of this candle. Chiliante. But what do we do? What is the big Chiliante of this trade? Oh, is this a 5-minute confluence? So high time frame confluence. And both indexes are relatively doing the same thing. We didn't break structure here. I've been trying to get away from using Fibonacci, but if we pop a little fib, we do respect fib. And we both fill a fair value gap. More importantly, check this out. Never inversed it. Like, I mean, I guess you can make an argument. Like, barely. Like, whatever. This is not strong confirmation of an inverse fair value gap, my brother. We need like that John to inverse it, like to close below it. This closes like, need another candle to form. Again, that's all in the 5-minute. So, anyways, so I was looking at this confluence and I was like, shoot, I want to rip a long, bro. I think we're about to go long. Keep in mind, we're still in pre-market. This is like 10 minutes ish. Yeah, 7:16 or 7:17 is when I entered. So we're still in pre-market, which, yeah, whatever. But I still wanted to take this trade. So what did I do? I really like this trade. I really like the RR. I really like the setup. We had really good confluences. We had high time frame SMT. We had a 5-minute break of structure. We had a 5-minute retrace into this fair value gap. What else do we have? We have a 1-minute break of structure out of this confluence. And I enter off of this candle right here. That's what I enter off of, right? Good RR. A 1 to 3.57. That's really good. So what I decided to do was extend my risk parameter by about $100 today, which that's very risky because essentially with my risk parameters, I have them set in a way where I make more than what I lose and I'm not over risking. So on this trade, if I didn't take the first trade or if I would have won the first trade, I would have taken this as a second trade. I would have definitely risked more. I would have risked like 300. I would have made 1,000 on this trade, easy. But I risked $80. It was like two NQ. It was like $100, whatever. It was like 2 NQ contracts. I did it on both my accounts, both my personal and the funded, and I made between both of them for the whole day with the loss, like 370, almost 400. I want to say like 370. So That's good. The majority of the money came from my personal account today because I only lost $20 with that first trade, right? So I made 330 in profit on my personal. I made 50. Did I make 40 or 50 on my funded, which is cool because I basically was able to be break even. But this was a good trade in my opinion. Had really high quality setup. Here's the thing though, the really big thing about this trade. It happened before market open, which happens at 7:30 my time, Mountain Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't want to be trading pre-market. I'm trying to get away from trading pre-market. I've been trading pre-market a little bit more over the past like month, or like last month too. But price action just isn't good, and typically whenever market opens, we'll get manipulation that will influence market conditions, right? So I don't really want to trade before the manipulation because 50-50, and probably more likely than not, I'm gonna get manipulated. I'm gonna get stopped out. But I took this trade because we had CPI data. Here's a really, really huge thing. All right, the majority of traders on a given day will show up to the market at 7:30 whenever market opens. Today with CPI data and with our oil inventory, people showed up at 6:30. We had the volatility, we had the volume. I was comfortable taking this trade, and it paid off. I targeted CPI data highs. I also targeted this 15-minute low resistance draw. What happened was we came up here. I originally had the trade to fully go to Asian highs, but we formed an S&T. And sweet. Let me show you guys. So we formed an S&T between this data high at market open. It's like 7:30. Yeah. So we didn't get that jump. We didn't go get them. And I kind of just decided, hey, break even. I'm gonna take profit. I'm just gonna take profit and be done for today. And that's what I did. So, anyways, that's this trade. High quality setup, high quality trade, much better than the other one. But overall, I need to learn from this. You know, I think my risk parameters need to get adjusted. Not that they're bad, but I think I do want to. I want to risk consistently. I think that's the big thing. Not risking too much, not risking too little. Risking consistently to make a consistent return. If I'm trying to realistically, I mean, I'm not trying to look at trading through a monetary perspective. The best way that I can, I'm trying to look at it from the skill, but risk is kind of like the monetary perspective part. So just being comfortable with my risk. I've been like, I think I talked about it before maybe, but I noticed, especially at like the start of the year and last year too, I would get anxiety when I traded, like the fear of losing money. I would just get like just bad anxiety, and I don't know, like these past few months I've been a lot better about it. So, maybe getting more comfortable with, I don't know, risking more, whatever. I don't want to risk too much though, so I just need to find that middle ground, and I need to do that on both accounts. You know, I want both accounts to be pretty consistent. So anyways, with that being said, you're loved, you're seen, all the fun stuff. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, positively, or Friday maybe positively. Knock on wood, we'll see. But that's that. If you guys want to go check out the Instagram at RealChanTrades, go check it out. If you want to check out my strategy stuff, you can go check out like TJR. He's pretty chill. But I do have a strategy video and some other videos. Maybe I'll put. You might have seen it throughout here. I don't know. I don't know how to edit, so whatever. I'll see you guys in the next one though. Have a good one. Peace.
He who is back again, never quick to fail. Double back, won't miss a meal. Sharp as steel, don't hurt everything there is to say about me. I ain't tripping, don't let lucky here, he don't play about me. Loyalty is not for sale. Wishing those who wish me well a great bill of health. They don't teach the broke kids how to maintain the wealth.